Yeah, yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burton Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
And we're back with another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, a.k.a. RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Before we get rolling with our guests, got to give a shout out to a few sponsors, starting off with Back Nine Botanicals. Make sure you guys check them out over at back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUF10. TPUF10 will save you 10% at checkout. Back Nine Botanicals offers everything you need in the CBD game, especially for the golf world. They got the Birdie Boost, the Moonlight Mulligan, the Tea Time Sunrise. They got it all. They got the THC shooters. Make sure you go check those out as well. They got the new flavor in the orange. Back Nine Botanicals. Check out their merch as well. The hats. Got a few hats here. This is one of the newer ones. Go check them out. Back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUF10. TPUF10 will save you 10% at checkout. Also, we got my man over at Trouble Off the Tee, my man Marty. Make sure you guys check him out. TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code PUF20. PUF20 will save you 20% at checkout. While you're over there, make sure you take a listen to his book. He's got the book, first book going. Second one will be out soon. He's working on it. Real excited to hear when that comes about. But he's got the hat line over there. He's got a variety of different hats. The Scratch Golfer, I'll Go Alone, as well as the what is it right here? The camel chasing for the bunker and never lay up. So make sure you guys go check out TroubleOffTheTee.com. Use promo code PUF20. Save yourself 20%. Also, go check out Athletic, ATHLETHC. Make sure you check them out. They got the 2 milligram mints. These things they really do the trick, especially throughout the day, to keep you nice mellow boost. You know, if you can't get any gummies or a higher dosage or something, make sure you go and check out Athletic, ATHLTHC.com. Use promo code PUF for a special discount. I'm going to take a quick break here, and then we'll get into our guest. Back here on the Pitch, Putt, and Puff. Joining me today, we got Anthony from Greedy Golf. Anthony, appreciate your time and you joining us here, man. What's going on?
Glad to be here, RGB.
No, man, I came across your hats and some of your merch on Instagram not too long ago. So let's start off a little bit of golf. We recently had the Masters. You had a chance to watch the Masters?
I did, yeah, man. That was one for the books, man. That was absolutely that was a wild finish, man.
It was. That's what we were asking for. Me and a couple of buddies were talking prior. Was we just want something good down the stretch? You know, we want to make Sunday interesting, and it definitely was this year.
Same exact thing here, man. So yeah, I went out and played in a Masters like scramble tournament that morning.
Okay.
And so it was, you know, the tournament started at 9 a.m. And so I was like, all right, perfect. That'll be just enough time to get home. You know, we watched a little bit in the car, but we still had plenty of time left when we got home. So when we got home, man, I was standing in front of the TV. That was intense. I was really hoping Bryson, didn't want him to fall apart. I like Bryson. He's like a man of the people, you know?
Yep. And
so I was really pulling for Bryson, at least to have a shot, like a fighting shot at it. And watching him fall apart there, man, it was tough, man. I really like him. I like McIlroy too. You know, seeing him complete the Grand Slam is epic. You know, it's
sure.
You know, is that going to happen again in my lifetime? It could not. You know, you never know. But no, man, that was an epic Masters for sure.
Yeah, it was cool to see. I'm not a Rory fan at all. I never really was. So, and I wasn't a Bryson fan until he got rid of the fedora. I wasn't fedora Bryson fan. So once he got rid of the fedora and, like you said, became a man, like a man of the people, made a social media presence. You see him on YouTube, golfing with Trump, trying to break 50. All these other celebrities he's doing that stuff with. Like, that's cool. You don't get to see that side of a lot of golfers. You see it NBA guys and NFL guys and stuff, but on the golf side, you get that country club attitude where Bryson's kind of more of the laid back type, which is cool.
Yeah, no, I think he's, what he's doing, it's really like truly growing the game of golf too, which is, I mean, great for, everybody in the business, great for, your podcast, great for, up and coming businesses like mine, continue to grow the game to reach, young kids that, otherwise would be playing golf 2K in their room, like get out and like interact with them a little bit more through YouTube, get them interested in the sport. And it's just a great sport to be involved in. It teaches you a lot of good shit through life, I mean, just like, I guess, manners almost, So yeah, I'm all about it, man.
Professionalism, patience, a lot of things.
Yep, exactly. So but yeah, no, I'm happy for Rory. To your point too, I kind of don't like Rory. I think he's kind of a cocky, kind of a little bit pompous, a little bit, but I mean, seeing
you respect
him cry, I respect it, and seeing him cry at the end of that after something that he's been wanting to achieve for so long, dude, I got emotional, man. That was that was a lot.
Yeah, it was cool. It was definitely cool to watch. We went live for the back nine on Sunday. Me and my other buddy Anthony's podcast, the Upstate Golf Guys. We did a little live stream, so it was interesting. First time we tried doing something like that. Like, you ever watch Joe Rogan always does like those fight companions where him and a couple buddies like Joey Diaz and Brendan Schaub will watch the UFC fights when he's not announcing them. So I kind of try to correlate that to the golf world a little bit. So it was fun, something to do on a Sunday kind of thing. But you mentioned you were out there playing golf in a scramble. When did you get into golf?
Shit, man, I was I think I was maybe 7 years old.
Okay.
And I think it was just something for my mom. She got these clubs from like somebody just like left them like by the trash or something like that. And so she put those in the trunk of her car and she took me to the driving range. And my mom was a single mom growing up. So her taking me to the driving range was kind of her way of like going to pick up guys at a bar.
Okay.
and using me for it. So I would sit there, be trying to hit balls at the range. Some, whatever guy would come up and try to like help me. And then that would be her way of starting to talk to him. And then, from there, I don't know, they go out. I have no idea, but I mean, probably a good place to pick guys up or, if you're a single mom trying to find somebody to, help split the bills with.
Yeah, no
golf
doubt.
course. There's some good money at the golf course, I guess, but that never happened. But see, I was about 7, man. It was I grew up in Colorado. I live in California now, down in San Diego. But I grew up in Boulder, Colorado. So there was my mom was going to school when as I was growing up. She was trying to get her PhD. So we lived right on the CU Boulder campus, and there was a golf course called the Flatirons Golf Course right down the road. So she would take me there like once or twice a week, and I would do my thing and just hit balls. It was old wood-headed, like driver, and like the clubs were absolutely terrible. But that's what I learned to play on, and I've kind of always played on shitty clubs too. Yep. Then my next set of clubs after that was a set of Wilsons, and I had that set for like almost like 15 years.
Okay.
Yeah, so I played that well into my like 20s, and it was just like when I moved out to California, it's actually when I was like, all right, it's time to upgrade the clubs, and I just went on OfferUp. I'm a cheap guy, man. I like used stuff. I like like having the best of the best is great, but it's not going to make me any better. Playing with like a little bit older, worn down clubs a little bit, it kind of gives a little extra character to you.
Bro, you're talking my language because I'm looking for a new driver right now. And of course, you see the QI10s, you see this, you see that. I'm not spending $700-800 on a driver. Like I'm not. If that takes 10, 12 strokes off my game because of it, sure. But I'm still gonna shank the fucking thing right. It don't matter, you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly, man.
I want to get something. I was up at the up at Dick's Sporting Goods the other night looking at some, and there's no one working in the golf section. So I spent about a half hour in the simulator just hitting all types of clubs, whatever was laying there. I was just having a range session pretty much, and I was like looking for someone to talk to and ask a few questions. And no one to be found. I had my little one with me, so I just grabbed her. I said, "Let's get out of here." She hit a couple. I got my 7-year-old into it, so you know it's same. I'm not going to the range to find chicks, but I'm going there to get. You know, she's out there hitting. She enjoys it, so I brought her out to the course a few times and stuff last year. So she enjoys just, I think, being out in the golf cart, cruising around on the golf course. You know, I let her say that she has free range of saying bad words on the golf course because she's going to hear it anyway. So
of course, man. Of course, yeah. Yeah, I mean,
so
yeah, I guess you can still wait till she's about like 17, 18 before you can like give her a drink on the golf course. But
yeah,
right.
We'll wait a little bit. So then you got into the brand, man. How did you start Greedy Golf, man?
Yeah, man. It was it was kind of just something that I think I thought of the idea back in 2019. So we were me and a couple friends were sitting around the fire in our backyard. We were having drinks, smoking some weed, and like I just been wanting to get into some sort of like I want to start my own business. I'm tired of working for the man, and so we're all feeling real good too. So we're like letting ideas fly. I mean, all kinds of just random ideas. So then I was just like, Tom, like, what if, like, I want to do something in golf. Like, I love golf. I want to golf every single day if I can. If I could somehow be in that industry, that would be great. I mean, I had applied at this time because I live in Oceanside, California. So we're right next to Carlsbad. That's where Callaway is, TaylorMade, Titleist. You got Scotty Cameron, you got Adidas, you got all these golf companies right in our backyard. I'm like, so I've been applying to all these companies. I'm not getting any jobs. I'm not getting any interviews. So I'm like, fuck it, like, why don't we start a golf company? And like, golf apparel. Let's, it can't be that difficult.
Right.
And so that was kind of where the idea was born. And then we were just kind of thinking about, what would be a good name. And so we're throwing out all kinds of stuff. And then I was just like, Greedy Golf, man. Like, golf is it's a greedy sport. It's, when it, like you're saying, $700 a driver, they come out with a new driver every year.
Yep.
Golf is greedy. It's a greedy sport. Then, then there's greedy golf. Be greedy with your golf. I was actually just watching your podcast right here, Trouble Off the Tee.
Yep.
And it's kind of that same concept as no laying up, so, be greedy with your golf shots, man. We're out there to have a good time. We're pros. Even if you are a pro, be greedy with your golf shots. Those are the shots that, like, I want to see any of my friends take. I want to see him going for that par 5 and 2. I want to see him shooting for that gap, trying to hook it around that tree. Be greedy with your golf. So that was kind of the second aspect of greedy golf. And then just to be greedy with your time too. Time is limited. You don't know how much time you got left. So be greedy with it, man. Spend it doing what you love with who you love and when you want to do it. Is the most you can. So that's kind of how the idea was born back in 2019. And then, and I kind of just let it go. To be perfectly honest, I kind of had I had a drinking problem a little bit, right? I had a drinking problem full on. So it just kind of took away my motivation entirely. So I was just going down this kind of deep, dark hole. And finally it all came to a T, and I wound up in the hospital for 3 days and essentially like medically detoxed. And when I came out of that whole situation, I felt like a brand new person. My motivation was back. And then Greedy Golf just like popped right back in my head, like, get that shit going again. So, so for the past like 2.5 months now, 3 months, I've been just kind of going full 100% at it. I still work my other day job too, but as soon as 5 o'clock turns, on the Adobe Illustrator, I'm designing new products, designing new clothes, and yeah, man, I'm just I'm glad to be here and be able to do what I was going to do, because if I were to keep going down the road I was going down, I wouldn't be here right now.
Bro, I can relate in a way. Back, let's see, it was 2019. I had a triple bypass. I was 36 years old.
Oh shit.
And I know exactly what you're talking about when you get that. If you don't go through it, you can't explain it kind of thing. I feel like too, it's like you get a fresh start in life. It's almost like literally a restart button where you start to, like you said, mention, be greedy with your time. That's something I've really started. Like, time is way too valuable to me now. I try not to waste a minute of it. Like, I'm not really trying to just sit around and do nothing. If I'm sitting around, I'm trying to be productive and doing it. Maybe I'll get on the Instagram and start networking and trying to, figure out some guests for the podcast, or, I'll start doing some research on guests or whatever the case may be. I'm always trying to do something efficient with my time. That's literally like when you go through something like that, you appreciate time and value it so much more and try not to waste it, for sure.
Yeah, no, you really do, man. It's crazy how fast things can change too. Like how, I love to drink. I love my whiskey. And so in that instance though, where I wanted to stop and I couldn't, I fucking hated it. And then I just wanted nothing more. Wanted nothing to do with it. So when I finally got clean of it, I'm good. People ask, do I go to meetings? How did you just stop? And I'm like, I wanted to stop. I just physically couldn't.
You gotta want to do it. Yeah. But that also, now you got your focus on the company too. It gives you that much more. You're not worried about, oh, my buddies are at the bar and I'm missing out. You're worried about, oh shit, all right, now you coming home, you're doing the designs and everything else. It brings your focus right back to what you're doing. You can put all that energy into that.
Yeah.
So what do you guys got out there? So I got a video I'm gonna pull up real quick. With some of the hats I've seen.
Acting all okay today.
Yeah, there's the Instagram tag as well. Yeah, that's pretty dope video, man. I like the edit and everything as well.
Thanks,
hats are obviously fresh. That's why I had you on. That's one of the things I do, man. If it's a product I like, and I call it doom scrolling. I'll just be sitting there scrolling away on Instagram, and then if something will come across, I'll roll back. Okay, what was that? Something that draws my attention.
Yeah. You have to shoot me your address. I'll shoot you one over.
Oh, cool. I appreciate that, man.
You like the white or you like the black?
I'm gonna say black because I'll just get the white one filthy. Yeah, and I'll actually wear the black one on the golf course.
Yeah. No, as soon as you touch it with your glove or whatever, you get
that's it, man.
All over it. But it looks good. I we went to a comedy show on Sunday, and so if you dress up a little bit, the white looks sharp too. So
nice. Who'd you go see Sunday? Anybody good?
Went and saw Matt Rife.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He was pretty funny. It was down in San Diego at the Aztec Stadium at San Diego State, and they put us. I didn't realize, I'd never been to that stadium before. They put us in this like bleacher setup, and so we were literally sitting on like concrete bleachers at the very top with no backrest, nothing.
Oh man!
So my wife and I, we ended up leaving like I don't know, like maybe an hour into it. We're like, we just got to get out of here.
Yeah. I couldn't do that either. Especially I'm 41 years old. I'm not sitting on concrete like that, man.
No, man. My cousin's from Connecticut, and so he actually flew all the way out here for the Matt Rife show. I don't know if he's a big fanboy or what, but so him and his girl, they flew out to San Diego, and they had floor seats, they had VIP tickets, so they were like sitting in these nice chairs. I bought tickets so that we could like see him while we're there. We didn't even fucking see him, man.
Yeah.
Bunch of bullshit. My wife was pissed off. So
yeah, I'm a big comedy fan, man. I try to go to. I'm in upstate New York, so I'm about 2.5 hours from the city. I don't get a chance to see a lot of big comedians. We got a Funny Bone up here that they come to, but it's not often that you get someone like. I don't get to see people like I follow kind of thing. Like I'm not going to see Joey Diaz or an Eddie Bravo type, Sam Tripoli on my at the local Funny Bone. So I always have to do a little traveling when I want to go see a good show. But back to the brand, man. So what do you guys got? I see you got, is that a hoodie you got on there? You guys got like other merch on there, like hoodies and shirts and stuff like that?
So right now, oh Jesus Christ. Right now we have just hats and socks. So
Okay.
I'm kind of waiting for everything to be together before I launch it on the website.
Gotcha.
Because some of the hats go with some of the shirts, and so I want to do like bundle deals with it. But so right now, yeah, I'm just kind of selling like locally to the friends. I do have a website, greedygolf.com. It is up and running. But I'm doing all this shit myself too, man. I don't know how to do all this, so it's like a learning process for me the entire time.
Yeah.
So while you can theoretically order a hat online, I don't know how it's all going to work. So I still got to test it. I just
Gotcha.
got it on there tonight or just a couple hours ago. So yeah, I'm not sure. I got to do a test. We'll see if it works. But yeah, we got polos on the way. They're being made right now.
Okay.
We're gonna have t-shirts. I'm designing some like jogger pants and some golf pants and then some shorts as well. We just kind of want to have a little bit of everything for the lifestyle and kind of like a lot of shit that goes like together too.
Yep.
But I kind of wanted to also be unique. I want it to stand out in its own way, and so man, it's a learning process for me. I'm brand new to this whole to the industry and then to like how to do it all. So I'm literally learning on the fly, and it's fun though, man. It is. Get out of a garden hose and figure it out.
Bro, same thing. It's literally the same. We have a similar story because same thing on mine. I didn't know what the hell I was doing to get doing a podcast. I literally started this just talking about the guys I play golf with on Sunday, and then I was like, I played it for the guys on the course one day, and they're like, dude, that's not bad. I did like a review on them. So like, you should post it. Well, it took me about a week of YouTube videos to figure out how to post it on like an RSS feed to like Apple and Spotify and all that shit.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy, but I had to go through the time, and then now you put the time in, like you do your research on, you probably did your research on material, like what shirts and what hats you want to put the stuff on and all that stuff. It's a process.
Yeah, man. It's a full process. Yeah, for me, I mean, people go to school just to learn how to use like Adobe Illustrator, which is what I'm using. And then people go to school for marketing, all these things, for video editing. So it's literally, learning about the different fabrics. I didn't realize that most shirts are 80% polyester, 20% spandex. That you can get different blends. So it's it's a lot about finding all that out, getting samples of each. How does it feel on my body? How to do with different like putting your logo on it. Are you gonna DTF it? Or are you gonna screen print it? Like, are you gonna do sublimation with it? There's a lot of things. So all these little things that I had no idea about, I'm learning as I go, and I'm flying by the edge of my seat. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm just hoping
it's grind, man.
As long
as you're having fun doing it. As long as you're having fun doing it, that's all that really matters.
You're gonna make mistakes, man. Shit's gonna happen, and that's how you learn. So,
yep, absolutely.
It'd be great if I had somebody to show me how to build a website and work with me on that, some sort of business partner. But I don't right now, so it's me. And until that time comes where I can bring somebody else in, or somebody feels strongly enough that they want to, partner with me, then I'll just keep doing me, man. I'm good with it too. It's totally fine.
That's it. That's the grind, man. That's the grind. Well, hopefully some of the East Coast listeners here from the Pitch Putt and Puff will give the page and your Instagram a look and put an order in for some hats and definitely some merch when you get rolling with all the stuff with the hoodies and polos and such.
Yeah.
But Ant, I'd like to wrap up with 3 questions, man. 3 golf related questions. We'll start with what's your favorite club in your bag?
Favorite club? I'm gonna go 5-wood.
5-wood, okay.
Yep.
5-wood. Nice. Yeah, mine's probably my 7-iron. It's my most versatile club in my bag.
I hit my 7 good. I love my 7. It's like my most reliable club, but for whatever reason, my 5-wood, when I connect with it perfectly, it's pure, the sound, that little ping off of it, and then for whatever reason, that club just is straight. I don't play my fade. I can't draw. Yeah. It's just like a fucking dart.
Yeah, my 7, I like it. I think just because it's so versatile. I can hit a lot of different style shots with it. But I went to the range today. I got my first. The course opens tomorrow. Oh, look at the little guy. My course opens tomorrow here in New York. So I went to the range, and I struggled. Like Trouble off the Tee is the perfect sponsor for me because I struggle off the tee like no other. But I made a couple adjustments with my hands today, and I was probably hitting the ball better than I have in 2 years. But now this is also, I'm at the range, so now I got to translate it to the course. So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. Hopefully tomorrow I get off to a decent start.
It's possible you can do it, but it just doesn't happen often.
No, I know that's the thing. That's the thing right there. And it's going to be 45 degrees tomorrow and sunny. So I'm just happy to be outside playing golf, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's see. Now, here's the other question. What's your favorite course you ever played?
My favorite course, I just played it actually. This past Thursday was Trump National in LA.
Nice.
Sick course, man. It's right on the water.
I think you posted some pictures on your Instagram of that, right?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's such a nice course, man. Everything about it's just like exquisite. You walk in, it's just beautiful. You walk in, they got the picture of Trump when he got shot, and he's holding his hand up. It was epic, man. Yeah, just beautiful. Every single hole right on the water. You kind of like work your way in. You like zigzag up and down until you're like right on the water, like overlooking this big cliff and the waves breaking and fairways pristine. The greens did get punched recently, so they were still a little sandy and not exactly pure as they're going to be, but
probably still going pretty decent though.
Yeah, dude, it was such a nice course all the way around. Shout out to Frankie Bangs. He's our connection. He's a member up there, so we get on. I think it's typically like $1,200 to play that course. He gets us on for $200.
Wow.
So yeah, can't complain. He has the best meat in LA too. He owns a butcher shop out there, and he's got the best meat in LA. So,
oh yeah, that's sick.
Yeah,
Save $1,000. Save $1,000 on a round of golf is a nice thing right there.
Yeah.
Nice
So that's most I've ever paid for golf too. Like I said, I'm a cheap guy, man. I don't like to just spend hundreds of dollars on golf. I'd love to, but it's like, man, you gotta make that shit first.
We have the Saratoga racetrack up here, where they're doing the Belmont this year, and they do the Travers every year. And we have a golf course up there, Saratoga National. So like when all those bigwigs come into town, like that's the pristine golf course they play. I think there's been a bunch of LPGA events up there and stuff. But same thing, it's like $250, $285, something like that to play around. I did it once, and I'm never like, it's not, to me, it's not worth it. I could go pay $20 and hit the golf ball just as shitty any other places as I would there. So it don't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I got Torrey Pines like 35 minutes away from me, and it's like $265 for me. If I were to live in San Diego, it's $65 for me to play. But so I have friends that live down in San Diego, and they're San Diego residents. I'm a North County San Diego resident, so I don't get that fucking discount. So I'm like $265 to play. It's just like it's tough for me to justify. I know it's a beautiful course, but I could play 5 rounds in my local muni for that. So
exactly. It's maybe like once a year kind of thing with the guys, like doing something like that, like make it a tradition. But other than that, that'd be really the only way I would do it. And then the last question here to wrap it up, and 3 people to put in your dream foursome, who would they be?
Oh shit.
I'll give you my rundown so you can think about it. I always go Jason Williams. White Chocolate used to play for the Kings and the Heat back in the day. I was a big fan of his. He's a golfer, and he's a big cannabis guy now too. So Jay Will, Joe Rogan, just because I have a lot. I would like to get his opinion on a lot of the guests he's had on. Like he never really said, like he'll always listen to him, but he never tells you what he thinks about those guests, like a recap. And then my last one would be, I would say it was either Bill Murray or Method Man. Bill Murray for the comedic relief, and then Method Man was my guy. I was a big fan of his music and his movies and shit.
Yeah, well, that's a good one. Shit. I'd probably do Michael Jordan, just because I love how competitive he is. That would just be a fiery round.
Yep.
And so I'd probably throw somebody that could actually compete with him. I'd throw Tiger Woods in there.
Okay.
Just to golf with a legend like that. That would be epic. And for my third, I like that Bill Murray. That would be awesome.
Because you and Bill could sit back in the comedic, part of watching those two battle it out every hole and just laughing at them.
Yeah.
Putting millions of dollars on the line.
Shit, Bill Murray would be great. I think like Bert Kreischer would be great too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, to your point, somebody that keep you laughing that whole time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say I'd probably go Bill Murray for sure over Kreischer.
Yeah, you said something earlier when you were talking about when you came up with the name. No one wants to see when you were talking about you want your friends to cut it around the corner and go through the woods. I think Kreischer says something like, no one talks about the shot when you lay up. No one's talking about that. They're talking about it when you grow from the green from 250 out or whatever the case.
Yeah.
And he does. There's actually a good little, I don't even know what the hell you would call it. There's an audio for it he did a couple years back. I heard it on something, Instagram or one of those things. But yeah, that was funny. When you mentioned Kreischer, I wanted to bring that up earlier because it was literally spot on for what you were talking about.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to find that. I'm gonna have to use it.
Yeah, I'll see if I can I'll send it to you if I can find it. But no doubt, Ant, this is awesome, bro. I really appreciate your time, man. Why don't you let the listeners know where they can find you?
You can find me at Gritty Golf on Instagram. You can find me at grittygolf.com. Again, hats, shirts, that'll all be going live probably around mid-May is what I'm thinking. I am on TikTok, Gritty Golfer, and then eventually we'll be getting the YouTube up too. We'll kind of get out there. We'll film all of our, kind of make a little show out of it, a little series out on the course. But I'm taking it one thing at a time. Got a lot of shit going on, so trying to check each box first.
That's it.
I appreciate you, RGB, man. It's great to meet you. Great to be on, and yeah, man. I'm excited for you to grow and for us to all grow together.
Absolutely, man. That's the way you do it, man. Any way I can help, hit me up. Let me know. Stay on here for a second after we end this. I'll talk to you about something, but appreciate everybody tuning in, and we will check you next week on our next episode. Probably have the crew on recapping our first round of golf later.
Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burton Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.